He calls to me, Julie. Your husband from the dead?
Another voice, one I've not heard in many years. He calls to me again. Who? The Roman gods are too like us, always quarreling, greedy, fickle. They are the creations of our own corrupt minds. There is one true God, whose nature transcends these things.
And this one true God, this is the voice that you hear?
Yes,
How?
in my dreams, Julie. But I once heard the same voice coming from a man during my time in Judea. Jesus of Nazareth.
Jesus of Nazareth? Is that not the man whom your husband crucified?
Yes.
I have heard many bad things about him.
And what good things have you known elsewhere? I've long since lost hope in Rome, or the philosophers, or the debased amusements which we Romans indulge.
But if he is dead, then what hope can he offer?
Some say he rose from the dead.
Lady Beulah, tell me about him and your time in Judea, and how you first came to hear his voice.
Very well, Julia, from the beginning. It was 33 years ago when we first arrived at the port city of Caesarea.
I never could have imagined that such a city and such a house as this would exist outside of Rome.
Just wait till you see the baths in the swimming pool. And all these fines, they're certainly not good. Well, this is Pontius Pilate, the new prefect of Judea.
Greetings, Pontius Pilate, and welcome to Judea. We've heard many things about you.
Good thing, no way.
We have heard that you come from Pontius and gave you a title.
And I hope to live up to it in today. This is my wife, Julie.
I am honored.
The honor is mine. Paula is most gracious. She's already given me a tour of the palace and tropical courtyards.
We have loved our time here, but are too anxious to get back to Rome. It has been 11 years.
Prefect, the servants wish to know where you will certainly your belongings.
Procure what will happen back.
Will you join me, Paula?
This is my chief aide, Centurion Thomas.
Greetings, Superior.
Greetings, Prefect. Who's that young servant girl?
Her name is Rhoda, our main house servant.
Are all the women of Judea as fair as she?
That young man would depend on the eyes of the Lord.
I would like to make her acquaintance.
You will find it difficult to win her heart. Our Roman ways are vain and empty to her.
So much more the challenge.
Ambitious one. Ambition is a good thing, to a point. Push beyond that point, and it will be moved out. Respect her for what she is, Superior. A serious, sincere, and intelligent young woman. Do not suppose to trump along with swear.
I shall remember that. Please excuse me.
So the young Centurion has eyes for Rhoda.
He has eyes for every pretty girl he sees. You're alone.
Yes, and now we can talk. This has been the most difficult 11 years of my life. The Jews are an impossible people to govern.
Your predecessor, Ananias Rufus, said the same thing before I left Rome. Why are they so difficult to govern?
I did not use the word difficult. I said impossible. They serve one God, their God. We are the defining presence he would one day destroy.
Emperor Tiberius wants me to move gradually from ruling through the high priest to a more direct Roman. He also said most Jews will eventually come to see themselves as more Roman than Jew.
He does not know the Jewish mind. But if that is his bidding, I would suggest you begin by retaining Rhoda as your main house servant.
But tell them what about a house servant?
She's much more than that. We came upon a caravan of Jews on the road from Jerusalem here during First Division. They had been robbed and murdered, the work of that man named Barabbas. We heard crying and found a small child, the soul's about, hidden under a blanket, evidently hidden by her mother, who lay close by. We took Rhoda home to be our servant, but she became to us our child. Violet and I could never have her home.
Why was she not returning with you to Rome?
It was in her teenage years that she has rediscovered her Jewish heritage and wishes to remain among her people. She understands the Jewish mind thought. She is one of them. Yet she is also a friend, whom you will find valuable in helping you to understand it.
Pardon me, sirs. There's a representative here of the Sanhedrin who wishes to greet me in prefect.
Who is it?
He says that his name is Joseph of Arimathea.
Ah, Joseph. Bid him in.
Yes, sir.
It is Joseph's influence that sways Rhoda's decision to remain here. In the last 2 years, he has instructed her in Judaism.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
Greetings to you, Rabbi. This is Pontius Pilate, the new prefect of Judea.
Honor to be prefect. On behalf of all the Sanhedrin, we welcome you to our homeland. I hope that we can work together for peace.
And that was my hope as well. Perhaps you could answer me a question, Rabbi. I've heard stories of a Messiah king that will one day appear amongst your people and restore the ancient kingdom of Israel. Some claim he's even alive today. What can you tell me about it?
Since the earliest of times, my people have waited and prayed for the coming of our Messiah.
And is it your belief that the purpose of this Messiah will be to rid Palestine of Rome?
There have been so many false messiahs who have so taught. I do not see the real Messiah as a political savior. I seek for one who changes men's hearts more than governments.
That's the Messiah you seek, then I hope you will find it.
Thank you. I'm honored to meet you, Your Excellency.
Thank you for coming, Rabbi. We'll meet again soon.
You asked him a difficult question.
He answered well, like a true diplomat.
He is the most reasonable voice I know on the Sanhedrin. The words you heard from him were not of the diplomat. He is truly a man of goodwill.
And he's a rare man indeed. Why have you not made him the high priest?
He holds little sway with his colleagues. They tolerate him as a link to the common people and to us. Joseph Caiaphas, he is the high priest. We are cordial, but that is all. He behaves only enough to maintain his position.
I see.
And now, I shall confess to you the greatest failure of my tenure, Barabbas. Since the day we found Rhoda, I have vowed to crucify the murderer, but he is elusive. He is a dangerous man, and his strength has increased over the years. I am sorry to leave him to you, but will you assume the burden of my life?
Go back to Rome, Valerius. Enjoy the years that remain to you. Yes, I will crucify him. Your vow has become mine.
Most Jews loathe him too, so his capture will greatly increase your stature.
Are we interrupting something?
We had just finished. Come by, the hour is late. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to talk about. Good night.
He's a tired old man. What this place needs is youthful energy and new ideas. St. John's promised me great rewards in Rome once I've brought this province under control.
I do not trust the Jonas.
Those words will be considered treason by other ears heard them. He is a loyal Roman and probably the next emperor. You will keep some thoughts to yourself. I've seen that before. What troubles you? Another dream?
Yes,
What this time, my love?
it would be nothing to you.
Try me.
We fought side by side against a cruel and evil kingdom, a treachery and overwhelming force that defeated us. We were cast in chains into a dark, underground dungeon where we languished for years without hope. Then one day, the cell door opened, the light came flooding in, and my chains fell off. The guard announced that we had been ransomed. I asked who had ransomed us, and he replied that a great king who was their most bitter enemy had come to them alone and unarmed, offering his life in exchange for our freedom. And so it had been agreed. He had paid the price, free to go. Wept feeling unworthy of such love. Then came the real war. You refused to leave. You said that I was hallucinating. You saw said that even if my imaginings were true, that it would be beneath the dignity of a Roman prefect to accept such charity. So, I found myself faced with having to choose between you and freedom. Gosh, it was surreal. As the door of darkness closed in again upon us, I realized that this great, unknown king had died for us in vain.
I shall call you Calpurnia from henceforth.
Her dream of Caesar's bloody told came to pass.
So the story goes. Hercules, only a fool will remain in such a place when the door of freedom lay open. And you did not marry a fool. But good things will happen. Am I not Pontius Pilate, the conqueror of all Pontus? The Jews here will be as those tribes have become, proud subjects of a new and greater Rome, a Rome of which you and I will be prominent.
And I, Hercules, am by your side. Come on, then.
For the first few weeks, all was quiet while Pilate carried on with the policies of his predecessor, while seeking to acclimate himself to his new position. Then he began implementing his Romanization policies. His first step was to replace the Jerusalem cohort of mixed nationality mercenary soldiers with the all-Roman Italian cohort he had brought with him from Rome. On their identifying standards were two golden medallions with the images of Caesar Augustus and Caesar Tiberius. The Jews were enraged that images of human beings were brought into their holy city. When the cohort commander refused to remove them, they came by the thousands and besieged the Herodian palace in Caesarea. There they camped for days, vowing to remain until the offensive standards were removed. Pilate was just as determined to not back down under pressure. After a week of this standoff, he called out his troops and threatened to end the siege with force.
Sir, my people will never give in. Remove the standards and all will be well.
And surrender Rome's honor? No. Your people are stubborn. I'll teach them otherwise.
You will teach them nothing but more hatred of Rome. Hercule, tell them to stop this madness.
The women will keep out of it. Sejanus will have me executed for treason if I gave it now. No, the time for patience has ended. I will give the order for action.
Your Excellency, Joseph of Arimathea has arrived and requested immediate on execution.
Demand of goodwill. All right. I'll see him alone.
Greetings, Your Excellency. This is a tense time.
It's about to become a bloody time.
There is a way out that will prevent this bloodshed and salvage at least some of Rome's prestige.
And what way is that?
Please understand, sir. This rising against Roman authority is truly a matter of religious conviction. Our people will rightfully and genuinely indignant over the desecration of our temple, our city, and our God. Therefore, you might need to remove the standards. And you might end with a warning that any future demonstrations will be dealt with most harshly.
You truly are a man of goodwill, Joseph. And wise. It will be as you have spoken. But for me, this is no victory.
I believe that is the best you can do under these circumstances.
Truly.
Rabbi, what will it be?
There will be no bloodshed.
May God be praised. I do not know what words you spoke to my husband, but thank you, Rabbi Joseph. warned him about this before he sent the soldiers into Jerusalem. It is difficult for a man to take the advice of a woman. It was from the delicate art of making resentment that made God an idea. Please excuse me, my husband is with me.
I do not understand such fanaticism. Why would your people throw away their lives over two little images?
What is the purpose of living if there is not something worth dying for?
What is the purpose of dying if one can easily choose life? We are alive. That is purpose enough.
Not purpose enough for me. Yet, I am greatly relieved. I thought I would be amongst the shrieks of a wounded and dying right now.
But you are here with me.
I wish there could be peace and understanding between our two peoples.
There can be, Rhoda, between our two peoples and between us.
But I am a Jew and you are a Gentile.
I'm a man, and you are a woman.
Do you believe in the God of Israel?
I believe in myself, Rhoda. I believe that a man shapes his own destiny by his own essence.
And what if your efforts fall short?
I've always gotten what I've sought.
And what is it that you now seek?
A woman worthy of tying her destiny to mine. What do you see?
Peace. A peace within my inner heart that eludes me.
Life is to be enjoyed, not pondered. Let me show you how to live. Can we meet again over dinner?
I would like that choice.
And I shall return at the sun setting. I'm not a rich man, Rhoda, not yet. But tonight it will be the finest inn in Caesarea.
I shall be waiting. If you see Rabbi Joseph outside, will you please ask him to come to me?
Of course. Farewell.
Call for me.
Oh, yes. It was good that you persuaded Pilate not to move on the crowd.
Yes. Something troubling me, I would not pry into your heart. But if you wish to speak, I'm here to listen.
Rabbi, how do you know when you're in love?
Petronius,
Yes.
he is an impressive looking man.
And I do so much want to be loved by a man. Is that wrong?
No, it's the way God has made you.
But he's a Gentile and I am a Jew.
Salmon married Rahab the harlot. Boaz married Ruth the Moabitess. But these women came to know God. Can the same be said of Petronius?
No. But perhaps I could change that.
Or is it more likely that he would change you?
What do I do? I've never felt like this before, and well, my heart just feels so empty. Maybe Petronius can fill it.
I too feel great emptiness.
You, Rabbi?
Yes. Since my youth, I've zealously sought the Lord God of Israel. And while I know he lives, and is the one true God, it seems as if I cannot find him. And that emptiness would fill, no man can ever fill.
Well then, how can it be filled?
I was traveling on my way to Jerusalem, passing by the Jordan River. And there I saw a prophet named John, baptizing people in the river, and proclaiming the coming of our Messiah.
Oh, Rabbi, could this be true?
I don't know, Rhoda. We have waited so long, and there have been so many false messiahs who have so come before. My counsel regarding John is the same as yours regarding Petronius. Let us wait and see.
Thank you, Rabbi Joseph. You are a true friend.
The Standards incident greatly sobered my husband as to his lofty goal of Romanizing the Jews. As with all who preceded him, he began to think of keeping the peace as the more realistic goal. Rhoda and I became intimate friends. We often spoke together of religion and the meaning of life, and of Petronius. He kept pushing her for commitment while she continued to hold him at arm's length. She loved Petronius, but his complete lack of interest in spiritual matters created a to our time in Judea, we went up to Jerusalem during the Jewish Feast of Tabernacles. Rhoda went off to see a prophet who was in Jerusalem at the time, Jesus of Nazareth. She returned to the Praetorium 3 days later, a changed woman.
Petronius, I have met him, Jesus of Nazareth, the Messiah of Israel. Oh, how I wish you could have been there with me.
I have had duty.
You simply must find a way to get free next time.
Perhaps. I was worried about you. You've been gone for days.
You must meet him, Petronius, and then you will know.
Who are you talking about?
Jesus of Nazareth, the Messiah of Israel, he has come.
Another new Messiah. I see. And what is this man's qualification?
He gave sight to a man that had been blind.
That's an easy thing to fake. How do you know the man was really blind?
Because the religious leaders tried to discredit this miracle. They spoke with his friends and with his family. This man was really blind and then he really saw. The religious leaders were so upset about this that they cast this man from the synagogue.
They cast the man from the synagogue for having a sight restored. That makes no sense. Why?
Because he proclaimed faith in Jesus.
Evidently, they don't like Jesus. Did he say anything about wrong?
No. He speaks to our hearts. He said that if any man is thirsty, let him come to me and drink. He who believes in me, as the scripture said, from his innermost being shall flow rivers of living water.
Why don't you let's go meet him?
Second-rate prophets come to see us, if we allow them. We don't go to them. But rivers of living water, that's just what the city needs. Jerusalem is the driest city I've ever seen. That's it. I'm going to bring a river here. I'm going to build an aqueduct. Petronius, arrange for me a meeting with the religious leaders as soon as possible. Don't mention my idea.
Yes, sir.
I thought we were talking about Jesus.
We were talking about aqueducts. Rivers of living water flowing into Jerusalem. A dry desert wasteland transformed to a lush green paradise. A stroke of genius. Tiberius and St. Jean will be proud of me. I will win the hearts of these people by showing them what Rome can do. I will make this city a place worthy of their honor.
But where are you going to get the water? Where are you going to get the money to build an aqueduct? More taxes?
I'll find a way. You Romans always find a way. I'm sure you want to have other things to discuss.
Come to my chamber, brother. I want to hear more about Jesus.
The Jerusalem Aqueduct, a centuries-long monument to the wise rule of Judea's greatest prefect and Rome's greatest emperor, Pontius Pilate. History will smile at the memory of my name.
Our engineers located several large pools of water near Bethlehem, a small town about 7 miles south of Jerusalem. The project was feasible, but highly expensive. Then came my husband's meeting with the religious leaders.
Your Excellency, Caiaphas and his advisors here to see you.
Charlemagne? Greetings, learned rabbis of Israel. Joseph Caiaphas, Annas, Helpless, Joseph. Welcome.
Your partner tardiness in responding to your invitation, Your Excellency, but we've been occupied with a serious religious matter these past few days.
Oh?
There was a greatly misguided young man going about blasphemously calling himself the Son of God.
You speak with the man Jesus.
So you know that.
Nothing of significance escapes out of the Roman prefect. But this is a matter of your religion. And as long as he does not trouble wrong, I am unable to be a judge of such things.
But this man is a threat to Rome. He forbids his followers to pay the taxes.
Excuse me, Lord Helpless, but when did Jesus say such a thing?
There is much of which you are unaware, Rabbi Joseph.
I will investigate this charge at the earliest opportunity. But I did not ask you here to discuss Jesus. I have quite another matter on my mind.
Very well, let us hear it.
Jerusalem is a great city. It is a shame that such a city, so revered by its people, should be so dry. I have a plan that will transform it into the jewel of the desert, as known. I'm going to bring water here to be an aqueduct.
A fine idea, Your Excellency. But from where will we get the water?
There are several large springs near Bethlehem. My engineers have seen them and assure me they're quite adequate.
But the distance is so great, such a project would be impossible.
We'll build much larger aqueducts in Italy. When we Romans set our minds to something, there's nothing we can't do.
And how will this project be paid for?
That, rabbis, is why I summoned you. There are three possible sources of funding. Number one, I could raise the taxes.
Such a move would spawn a rebellion that Rome could ill afford to deal with.
I quite agree. Your tax is already high enough. Source two, I could petition the emperor for Roman treasury funds.
A much better idea.
Except that I already know that his answer will be no. There's a third possible source. Temple treasury funds.
You speak of the Corbin. A law forbids it ever be used for secular purposes.
But Jerusalem is your sacred city, and the temple itself will greatly benefit from the increased water supply.
We're deeply offended that you would make such a proposition to us. It will not be considered.
What is the Corbin used for?
To pay the priest, maintain the temple, pay the guards.
And do you not have a surplus piling up year after year, lying on the floor of the temple treasury room, helping no one?
It's sacred money. It must never be given over to the Gentiles.
Most of the laborers will be Jews. This project creates many jobs, helps in your temple worship, makes your sacred city beautiful, and makes life better for all its inhabitants. Very little of the money will actually fall in Roman hands.
Our answer is no. We are profoundly indignant.
Rabbis, my predecessor, Valerius Gravis, changed the high priesthood 7 times. I might have to start doing that too. And perhaps make several other changes as well.
You will have your wish.
Very enlightened. This aqueduct will be a monument of Roman and Jewish cooperation and friendship.
It would be best for all parties concerned, sir, if our arrangement was accomplished.
Fully understood. Good day, Rabbi.
The aqueduct took a year to build and was my husband's crowning achievement. On its first day of operation, a great ceremony was held in Jerusalem. At precisely the right moment, the water came cascading into the city amidst cheering throngs that shouted, "Long live Pontius Pilate!" But such sentiments were short-lived. Someone, who never learned who, informed the people as to the source of the funding. Instantly, the mood turned ugly. Our entourage returned hastily to the Praetorium, but the crowd followed us and laid siege, as they had done before during the standards incident in Caesarea. There they camped for days, vowing to remain until all the temple funds were returned. Pilate called out the soldiers and warned the people. But this time, when they refused, he did not back down.
Why, Pontius, why?
What else could I have done? All these people understand this force. They must learn to respect Roman law.
But couldn't you have reasoned with them?
Reasoned with them. No other viewpoint exists but their own. No, had I done this early in Caesarea, I wouldn't have had to do it now. Such is my reward for being lenient.
But they might have compromised.
They would never have compromised. It was a point of their religion, you know? And even if they had, what was I to do? Was I to write a letter to St. John's asking for 50,000 talents from the Roman treasury to pay the Jews for building them an aqueduct? And you know how much he hates the Jews. Rhoda, surely you understand.
Those are my people that have been slain. You have done a terrible thing.
would forgive you. That's very nice, but what does that have to do with any of this?
He is the true Son of God, and you have blood on your hands, so you will need his forgiveness.
Prefect, the courier has just arrived from Caesarea. There's been a great upheaval in Rome.
So,
Sejanus has been exposed to traitors to Tiberius. He and his entire family have been executed. They are now being held in a flood of trials and executions for those who were his friends.
what did he do?
It seems that several years ago, he seduced Livilla, the wife of Drusus, Tiberius' only son. He and Livilla then poisoned Drusus, hoping to marry her, positioning Sejanus to succeed Tiberius as emperor.
I thought there was no more man in all the empire. Now his friends are being purged. I was his choice to be prefect of Judea. As if I didn't have enough problems already. Standards incident, Barabbas, religious fanatics, the zealots, this aqueduct mess, and now I have to live with the possibility that at any time a death ship may arrive from Rome with the new prefect on board and orders for me to return and stand trial for my life.
I do not envy you, sir.
I don't either. Now I know how damaged this must have felt. Come, Procura, let us walk the corridor of all night.
So much for learning to respect Roman law.
I'm sorry about what has happened here, Rhoda. It is a bloody awful mess outside.
Such a cruel, hard place is this world.
So hard to face it alone.
So hard to face it without God.
If this God you believe in were true, why would he permit such a terrible thing to happen to his people?
I have no answer for that.
There is no answer, because there is no God. There are only us, Rhoda. I haven't seen this God,
Neither have you sought him.
but I have sought you. Why do you hold back from me? You love me. I can see it in your eyes.
I must leave.
No God shall stand in my way. She will be mine.
The dreaded death ship never arrived from Rome. But my husband had other problems. Since the aqueduct massacre, his relationship with the chief priest had been barely tolerable, while the common people thirsted for revenge. 18 months later, they got their chance.
You called for me, sir?
Yes, there's every indication that this will be our most troublesome Passover yet. I want extra call during the observances.
The Augustin is close by, less than a day's march.
Get them.
Shall be done. There's a man here that wishes to see you. Says that it is very important.
What is his name?
Judas Iscariot?
I will see him now. Send him in.
Yes, sir.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
State your business.
Very well. I offer you an opportunity to capture Barabbas.
Interesting. And how would you be able to help me do that?
I can tell you where you might find him. For a price. On 30 pieces of silver.
30 pieces of silver. Expensive. But worth it. You will receive it after we have Barabbas in custody. Or have him dead.
I want 10 before I speak.
You will get nothing now. You will not get this praetorium until you tell me what you know.
I see. Jesus of Nazareth will be coming here for the Passover feast. You'll be obliged to station your guards along his path for security purposes. Barabbas already has this information and plans to raid the defenseless shops on the other side of the city to finance his armed rebellion.
And how is it that you're privy to all this information?
I'm a disciple of Jesus.
Barabbas paid you, didn't he? He paid you to know when and where he could rob with impunity.
What difference does that make to you?
If you would betray Barabbas, whom else would you betray? How am I to trust you?
How am I to be paid unless you get what you want?
Tell no one of our conversation. Return here at first light next Sunday morning.
It will be as you have said. Farewell.
What do you think, Patronus?
I think that this Jesus is before judges men.
So we're saying. But the main thing is that we capture Barabbas. I shall fulfill my vow to Barabbas, and nearly every Jew in all of Palestine will be here to witness Roman justice.
Let us hope that all turns out the way we want it.
Truly.
Barabbas and 2 others were captured that next Sunday. Pilate would have had them tried and executed immediately, were it not for the coming Passover. But, unknown to my husband, other forces were at work in Jerusalem on that day.
What are we going to do? Because Jesus is winning over the ignorant multitudes and teaching them against our law.
He transgresses the law, he makes himself to be equal to God, and he deceives the people. He must die.
On that we all agree. But how are we to seize him? He's always with the crowds.
We will await the end of the festival, when the crowds are gone.
Unless Jesus is gone too. But rabbis, have you not considered that this Jesus might be the Messiah after all?
What have we just been saying? The true Messiah would never transgress the law. Have you not seen with your own eyes him violate the Sabbath?
But he always did that to help others.
Breaking the law is breaking the law.
And have not we broken the same laws as well?
And then there are the scriptures. Search them, Joseph, and you will see that the Messiah comes out of Bethlehem. Jesus is a Galilean. No prophet arises from Galilee.
But I have evidence that Jesus is from Bethlehem. He comes from the house of David, the Bethlehem. And a while ago, I met an old shepherd who said he was there when Jesus was a baby in Bethlehem.
You take the words of some uneducated shepherd over the scriptures? And besides that, you seem to have forgotten that Herod the Great had all the male children under 2 years of age killed at that time.
If you were truly the Messiah. God would have a miracle to save him, just as he saved Moses.
He's already been determined, learned Joseph. If anyone chooses to follow this Jesus, is to be cast in the synagogue. Do you count yourself among his followers?
Greetings, one rabbis of Israel.
Who are you?
My name's Judas Iscariot, one of Jesus' trusted disciples.
So what are you doing here?
I understand that you might want to capture Jesus. I can help with that.
If you're one of his followers, then why would you want to do this?
It's time to move on to new things. So, I can show you where you can capture him away from the crowds. For a price, of course. What are you willing to pay me to offer him up to me?
We'll give you 10 pieces of silver.
Ha! He's worth way more to you than that. I want 30.
We're but poor priests. We live on a small tithe.
Do you take me as a fool? If I've learned anything from Jesus, it is that all of you are welcome in. You will pay me my 30 pieces of silver.
We could use the Corbin. After all, it is our religious duty to rid the world of this blasphemy.
And pay with 30 pieces of silver.
He often goes alone with just a few of his disciples, to a garden called Gethsemane. You should place your guards there, and when the opportunity arises, I will point him out to you, and I will do this with a kiss.
Very well, you have your money. If you fail us, you're a dead man. Now go.
It's one thing to capture him, but quite another to execute him. Only the Roman faith came to crucify a man.
And if you will do so, we have only to exert upon him the proper amount of pressure.
This man has done nothing worthy of death. I want no part of this.
You are part of this. But if you have no stomach for us, for what was done, you'll at least keep silent. Do you understand?
Yes.
So be it.
betrayed his former master with a kiss. Jesus was taken first to Annas, the former high priest, then to Caiaphas, the current high priest, and finally, before the entire Sanhedrin, he was sentenced to death for blasphemy. This is where my husband became involved, for only he could formally sentence and execute a condemned man.
Bring out Pontius Pilate, that he may condemn this evildoer.
The prefect does not come to you. You go to him, and he will see you if he chooses to give you an audience.
This is the Passover. We would not defile ourselves by entering a Roman praetorium.
Very well. Wait here, and I will see if he will come.
He would actually have us defile ourselves if we might not eat of the Passover.
What are we to expect of so filthy and profane people?
What accusation do you make against this man?
If this man were not an evildoer, we would not have delivered him up to you.
Take him yourself and judge him according to your law.
We are not permitted to put anyone to death.
We found this man misleading our nation and forbidden to pay taxes to Caesar, saying that he himself is Christ, the king.
He has threatened to destroy our temple.
Do you make no answer? Do you not hear how many things that testify against you? Bring it to me. Are you the king of the Jews?
As you say, are you saying this on your own initiative, or your understanding?
I'm not a Jew, am I? Your own nation and chief priest delivered you up to me. What have you done?
My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, my servants would fight that I might not be able to do. And it is my kingdom, it's not of this world.
So you're a king.
You say correctly, I am the king. For this I have been. For this I have come to the world together with the truth. Everyone who is not the truth.
What is true? I find no guilt in this man.
We found this man teaching all over Galilee, starting in Judea, even as far as this place.
Then he is a Galilean.
Yes.
Then his case properly falls under the jurisdiction of Herod Antipas. I will send him to Herod.
Your Excellency, he is crafty, and his followers are dangerous criminals. They carry weapons, and they will ambush your guard.
Rabbis, it's not so difficult as that. Herod is right here in Jerusalem for the Passover. Trump, have some soldiers take this man to Herod. Warn them to be ready for any attempts for freedom.
Yes, sir.
You will be doing us and Rome a great service when you crucify this man.
That will be for Herod to decide. Good day, Rabbi. Tronius, do you know where that man is?
He told me that his name is Jesus, the one who Rhoda believes to be the Messiah of the Jews. What has he done?
Nothing, Tronius. Nothing but deprive the chief priest of a large part of their followers. They're jealous of him.
Find him innocent and release him.
I wish it were that simple. They're determined to force me to put him to death, and they can make things very uncomfortable for me by doing that. When I learned that he was a Galilean, I decided to send him off to Herod, in the hopes that Herod would do it. He's wanted to see him for a long time anyway.
Not that you have to do him any favors for me. What if Herod sends him back to you?
He probably will, and that's my great fear.
Sir, what do you do for the multitude during the Passover?
I release for them a prisoner, whomever they wish.
All you need to do is get the crowd to ask for Jesus. Rhoda said that he is popular with the common people. What could the crowd do if they asked for Jesus?
That's the best idea I've heard in a long time. Now give me another. How do we get the crowd to ask for Jesus?
Help their thinking along. Offer them a choice. Jesus or
Barabbas. They would never ask for Barabbas.
One would think not, but these people do not think the way we think.
maybe it won't come to that. Perhaps Herod will solve the problem for us. Now, take Jesus to Herod.
Yes, sir.
Herod did return Jesus to Pilate, unjudged, along with several bottles of his best wine and an invitation for us to come to his Jerusalem residence for dinner after the Passover. It seems he interpreted my husband's sending of Jesus to him as an honor, as Pilate treating him as an equal. At least for this, my husband was glad. Pilate needed less enemies, not more at this time. My husband appeared calm, confident that his plan to release Jesus would work. Somehow, I knew otherwise, but it was not my place to tell him so. I retired to my chamber, needing to be alone. There I lay upon my bed, drifting into a troubled sleep, calling out, not to any of the Roman gods, but to one whom I did not know. My thoughts turned to Jesus. Was he truly the Son of God, as Rhoda believed? And then I thought I heard his voice calling to me. 3 times it came, and then faded away.
You have all been and fairly tried and found guilty of high crimes against the Jewish people. You are hereby sentenced to death by stoning. Have you anything to say before the sentence is carried out?
I've only done my duty.
You have murdered hundreds of our people in the streets. No amount of punishment is sufficient for you.
I'm sorry for those who died, but I stand by my husband.
And so you shall die with him.
I didn't know they were dead.
You have aided Pontius Pilate in the genocide of the Jewish people. You have corrupted the faith of a Jewish woman, infecting her with her evil Roman ways.
I sought my God in sincerity, only wanting to worship him in good conscience.
Lying, blasphemy. You have denied the scriptures. You have violated the law. You have led many astray.
I am indeed guilty and deserve to die. Not so, Rhoda. You have done nothing wrong.
Silence before the high priest. She is the worst of all, having made common cause of the enemy of our people. Take them out and stone them.
The Son of Man has came and gave his life for me.
Seize him, kill him, kill them!
Rhoda! Rhoda! Rhoda!
What is it, Procula?
They're going to kill Jesus. I saw it all in a dream.
It was only a dream. Jesus cannot die. The Messiah lives forever.
Where is Jesus right now?
In the judgment hall with Pilate, the trial is just beginning.
A tablet. Please bring me a tablet and a stylus.
All right. What do I write?
I have nothing to do with that righteous man. For today I suffered greatly in a dream because of him.
Is that all?
Take that to my husband right away. He must not judge Jesus. He already has too much blood on his hands.
I will. But Jesus will be all right. And Pilate too.
The trial began as feared.
this man to me as one who incites the people to rebellion. And behold, having examined him before you, I find no guilt in him regarding the charges set against him. Nor his hair, for he sent him back to us, and nothing deserving death has been done by us. I will therefore punish him and release him.
You must not release this criminal. He's even more dangerous to Rome than he is to us.
I will speak to the multitude. Jonas, speak to the crowd. Tell them I'll address them shortly.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a message to you from your wife.
Would that I could. Tell Peter everything will be all right.
So he would use the crowd to gain Jesus' release. And he'd only tell them that Pilate wants to release Jesus, remind them of the Aqueduct massacre, and they would demand the opposite of Pilate's wishes. We must move swiftly.
Peace, let my voice be heard. Whom shall I release for you? Barabbas or Jesus, who is called Christ?
Away with this man, and release for us Barabbas.
Then what shall I do with Jesus, who is called Christ?
Let him be crucified! Crucify him!
Why? What evil has this man done? I find no guilt in him demanding death. He has been punished. I will now release him. Behold, I am bringing him out to you that you may know that I find no guilt in him. Behold the man.
Crucify! Crucify!
Take him yourselves and crucify him, for I find no guilt in him.
We have a law, and by that law he ought to die because he makes himself out to be the Son of God.
Where are you from? You do not speak to me? Do you not know that I have the authority to crucify you, and I have the authority to release you?
You will have no authority over me unless it has been given. For this reason, he who delivered me unto you has been.
This man has done nothing worthy of death. He has been punished. I will now release him.
If you release this man, you are no friend of Caesar. Everyone who makes him stood out to be king opposes Caesar.
Behold your king.
Away with him! Away with him!
Crucify him!
Shall I crucify your king?
We have no king but Caesar. Hail Caesar!
Hail Caesar!
Hail
Hail
Caesar!
Caesar!
I am innocent of this man's blood. See to that yourselves.
His blood be on us and on our children.
Patronus, release Barabbas. Crucify the king of the Jews. Crucify him with the two thieves were captured with Barabbas.
Pontius?
I've given no order to crucify the king of the Jews.
Pontius, I am so afraid.
So am I. I've never felt fear like I know now, or grief. What kind of world is this that we live in, where right is wrong and wrong is right? How is it that a murderer goes free while an innocent man dies? And how fickle are these Jews? Just last Sunday, they gave Jesus a hero's welcome in Jerusalem. And now, they demand his death with a hateful vehemence I've never seen.
I think this is John's foolish. Are we Romans any better?
I suppose not.
I had a dream, Pontius. There are greater forces at work here, and you or I understand. I do not think we could stop this crucifixion. I do not think all the power on earth could have stopped it.
Perhaps you're right. I don't know what to think.
There is a higher purpose to all of this. In my dream, I saw Jesus die so that we could be free.
Free from what? I see no chains holding us.
There are chains of a different kind.
Sir, What is the crime of Jesus? What inscription shall we place upon his head?
Right. This is Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews. The Jews won't like it, but that's what they'll get.
Yes, sir.
What is happening? Where is Jesus?
Gone away to be crucified.
It cannot be. I will go to him and see his deliverance.
I think rather you'll watch him die.
May I go with him?
Go with him, Kira. I'll stay. It'll make my way of protesting this injustice. Just stay close to the soldiers so you both be safe.
What is this you have done? Do not write the King of the Jews, but that he said, I am King of the Jews.
You have entered my chamber unbidden, and on a high Jewish holy day. You have violated Roman custom, and if I'm not mistaken, you have defiled yourselves. I suggest you go for immediate cleansing. As for the sign, what I've written, I've written.
And so they nailed him to a cross and lifted him up before the angry and mocking jeers of the crowd. How alone he looked, like a small ship tossed about in the gales of an angry sea. I felt a great heaviness. As my husband had observed, how could the people surrounding him demand a murderer's freedom while killing a righteous man in his place? I stole a glance at Rhoda, who was by my side. Silently she stood, tears streaming down her face. What comfort had I to give her? After some 3 hours, a great darkness fell upon the land. The mocking ceased. Silence ensued.
Truly, this was the Son of God.